the right thing.
There's nobody I admire more than Mr. Depp.
What would be the right thing? What would be a good fit for the two of
You know, Butch and Sundance. I know they did that. I don't know. I'll have to write it.
Yeah.
When I retire after this interview.
If you come up with it, let us know.
Yes.
you? Thank you very much.
Will Robert Downey Jr. be the one to help kickstart Johnny Depp's fallen career? Ever since the first allegations were made by Amber Heard in 2016, Robert Downey Jr. has been one of the few celebs who didn't turn his back on Johnny and actually believed and stood by him. Robert, or Bob, as Johnny affectionately calls him, goes back years with Johnny.
Yeah. Well, there was an evening, Bob Downey, who, we've known one another for a million years, and
I like how you call Robert Downey Bob.
Yeah, we sort of came up the ranks together, in a weird way, back in the '80s and stuff, and he's someone I've always admired, and we've had a good relationship, and he came over one evening for dinner. He and his wife came for dinner, and my son was just like, sitting. He couldn't believe that he was sitting next to Iron Man. And so I saw Captain Jack leave my son's eyes.
And there is more in common to them than just being big Hollywood stars. Just like Johnny Depp, Robert has also seen the worst side of fame, where he was literally banned by entire Hollywood overnight. Between 1995 and 2001, Robert Downey Jr. was probably one of the most hated actors in Hollywood due to his various controversial issues. He had been arrested several times for possession and consumption of drugs, trespassing, and other run-ins with the laws. He was jailed for at least 6 months when he missed one of his court-ordered substance tests in 1997. He was also jailed again for 3 years in 1999 when he missed another such test.
What was your lowest point?
It was probably when I realized I was going to be going and doing time, and I wasn't going to...
In a real prison?
In a real prison, yes. As opposed to an imaginary prison like the rest.
Yeah.
The other thing, too, is because I think, and God bless Judge Myra in Malibu Superior Court. I thought I would never say that. God bless you, Judge Myra. Because, I needed to be intervened on in a big way.
After that, Robert's career in Hollywood was pretty much destroyed, and nobody wanted to work with him. All the projects that he was signed on to were dropped, or he was replaced by another actor. He was pretty much blacklisted by the entire Hollywood. But with his wife Susan's support, Robert was able to turn his life back around and take control of his life. Since 2003, Robert has been completely sober and fully gives credits to his wife for saving him. I owe a huge amount, if not all, of my success to Susan. We make a great team, and all that luck I spoke about, that's Susan. And according to inside sources, this is why Robert is desperate to help Johnny. Just like Robert, Johnny was at the height of his career before it all came crashing down for him after he married Amber Heard. In the early 2000s, Johnny was one of the most sought-after actors in Hollywood. In 2012, Johnny officially became the highest-paid actor, earning around $7 to $5 million payday. It was also the same year that Johnny officially started dating Amber Heard. But even before Amber made those shocking claims, Johnny's career started going down because of the movies he started doing after meeting Amber. Johnny Depp's 2013 movie The Lone Ranger was met with serious backlash for racism and whitewashing. But this was nothing compared to the setback Johnny faced after Amber made the DV allegations against him in 2016 and the infamous op-ed she wrote in the Washington Post.
Pat Harvey, actor Johnny Depp was slapped with a restraining order today after his estranged wife Amber Heard shows up in court with bruises on her face. CBS 2's Christy Fajardo has more on the divorce fight that has turned nasty.
Hey, Amber.
Flanked by security, Amber Heard doesn't try to hide the bruise on her cheek. Neither does her lawyer.
You guys, she showed a lot of courage today.
You okay, Amber?
A judge granted the actress a temporary restraining order against megastar husband Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp was completely blacklisted and banned by Hollywood. He was forced to step down by Warner Bros. From the role of the Dark Wizard Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts franchise. He was even made to give up one of his most iconic roles ever, Captain Jack Sparrow in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise.
Captain Jack Sparrow was a character that I had built from the ground up, and was something that I of course put a lot of as you do with all characters, but you put a lot of yourself into the character. So, and also having worked on these films with these people and having added much of myself, much of my own rewriting of the dialogue and scenes and the jokes and whatever they are, I didn't quite understand how that after that long relationship and quite a successful relationship, certainly for Disney, that suddenly I was guilty until proven innocent. A very deep and distinct sense of having been betrayed by the people that I had been working with, the people that I had worked hard for, the people that I had delivered a character to that they initially despised, but somehow, even I stuck to my guns with the character and it seemed to work. So.
During the defamation trial, it was revealed that Amber's op-ed had a catastrophic effect on Johnny's career, and he had suffered a loss of over $40 million after Disney dropped him.
What conclusions did you draw from your review?
I concluded that Mr. Depp suffered lost earnings of approximately $40 million.
How did you reach that conclusion?
Well, there are really two main components to that. The first relates to the loss of the role of Captain Jack Sparrow in the Pirates 6 film. So the loss related to the loss of that role in that franchise picture. It was $22.5 million based on testimony provided by Mr. Jack Wiggum. In addition, we looked at, yes?
Did you do anything else with respect to Pirates 6?
Well, we also calculated the net earnings that Mr. Depp would have received from that.
When did you learn that Disney was going in a different direction and no longer planned to use Mr. Depp in Pirates 6?
Early 2019.
And ever since, it was proven in court that Amber had wrongfully defamed Johnny and caused him to lose his career. Robert has been actively trying to get Johnny back on his feet because he knows what it feels like to be blacklisted by Hollywood.
And I just wondered whether, you think you're free of all of that, or whether that's still something.
I'm sorry, I really don't. What are we doing?
Well, I'm just asking questions, that's all.
Right.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Are you? Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do
you seem okay? It's just getting a little dinosaur in your.
No, look, I don't want to do that.
After the verdict was announced in Johnny's favor, Robert personally called him up and said, "John, thank God it's over."
I was the very other than Robert Downey, who FaceTimed first. He FaceTimed my phone, because that's my other oldest friend of 35 years, and Bob loves Johnny. He FaceTimed me, and then. He was like, "John, thank God it's over." And the next.
And according to inside sources, Robert is working tirelessly to bring Johnny Depp as a villain in Sherlock Holmes 3. Robert and his wife Susan are both producers in the movie and are currently in talks with the production company and Johnny Depp to sign him up in the third Sherlock Holmes movie. Fans on social media are praising Robert Downey for being a loyal friend towards Johnny and standing by him and helping him get back on his feet. One fan said, "Robert Downey Jr. being a loyal friend to Johnny Depp? I never expected anything less." Another fan said, "Robert Downey Jr. is a friend to the end." Both of them deserve great things in life. They may have had their trials and tribulations, but they rose from the bottom and are doing well. Their friendship endured a lot, and having a friend to support you means so much. Another fan said, "I've always loved Robert Downey Jr. and am so happy to see him healthy, happy and successful again, and even happier to see that he is a class act and has integrity and is a faithful friend. I would love to see both RDJ and JD in a movie together. I bet the chemistry would be awesome. Do you think Johnny will agree to star in Sherlock Holmes 3 alongside Robert Downey Jr.? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, then subscribe for more celeb news just like this.